guys,
Hi.
it's Erin. I'm with my best friend Taylin. I got a couple requests to do an updated college Q&A. I did one or two last summer, and I know a lot of you seniors in high school are graduating this month, so congrats. And you're all about to be going to college, and I know college is so scary and so unknown, and so it's not as bad as you think, I swear, but I know going in that you're like, what am I doing? Because same. But we decided to post on my Instagram and ask you guys for questions, and we're just going to be answering a bunch of questions that you guys have for us about all things college and advice. Oh, also Bella's here.
Bella, say hi.
Can you say hello?
She's camera shy.
She's a little sleepy girl. So the first question is how to be safe at parties. Now, number one, honestly, college is not all about partying. If you don't want to party, don't. Like, there's so many other things to do.
For sure.
And obviously not promoting any underage alcohol consumption or anything like that. You have to know, if you're gonna party, like anytime you're gonna be under the influence of anything, you're kind of opening the doors to more unsafety because you're just not gonna be fully aware of everything, and that's just something to be aware of. But basic things: always go out with trusted friends. Like, don't
always have a buddy for
the night. Like, even if you go out in like a big group of your girlfriends, like at least just have one person that is your person that night, so that, like, you know, people are gonna leave at different times. You want to make sure you're like Ubering home with one set person. Don't accept drinks. Go out with trusted friends too. Like,
for sure.
It's hard at the beginning when you don't know people as well, but you just got to be aware. Always be aware of your surroundings. Make sure your phone is charged.
Oh yeah,
that's a big one.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm always plugging it in right whenever I get ready.
Yeah, because you don't want to like be out stuck without a phone and something bad goes wrong and you can't contact anybody. Always just be really cautious of your drinks. Don't set it down and come back and keep drinking it, because roofing is definitely a real thing in college, unfortunately. Be aware of your tolerance levels.
Oh, for sure.
Don't overdo it. Don't go crazy, and have a person with you. Don't accept drinks from strangers.
And watch out for the crackheads on the street.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And don't be outside late on your own, ever.
It's scary.
That's even like if you're not partying.
Yeah.
Like, that's just scary. I got a lot of questions about college applications and stuff like that, and so this is kind of a little bit like before you're in college, but this question specifically says, things to do in high school that look good on a resume. I think just getting involved in like any clubs and taking like any leadership roles that are like available to you, like do it.
Just get involved in like anything you can. I was never like president or anything of like that stuff, but I was involved in like so many, so whenever I put out my resume, it looked like I did a lot of stuff. And like I even did like horticulture, which is like plants and stuff, which that's kind of different. Like stuff like that stands out. If you are involved with something and you have the opportunity to run for a position, I say do it. I mean, that's not like make or break, but just literally anything. And then volunteering also looks really good. And as far as applications, a creative essay is really awesome. Usually the essay topics are like, what's an experience that shaped your life, and just really like take the time to actually, everybody has had an experience in their life that changed their life, whether you really realize it or not. I would recommend just really taking the time to really figure out what that was. And also, I know in high school, for my friends that weren't as good at for my friends that weren't as good at at writing, they would hire like essay tutors and kind of just have somebody like help them write their essay, or you could even just have a friend that's good at writing help you. Just any little thing to make it personal too. Because like I grew up around like all of Texas, lived in 13 different houses. I kind of like said how that shaped me, and like meeting so many people and like all that kind of stuff. You want to do something different, because think about how many essays in the same application over and over and over these college admission people will read. Like, you want to be able to set yourself apart. Also got a lot of questions about outfits for recruitment, and I'm making a whole video on that, so just stay tuned. Okay, we got a ton of questions about making friends, and this one specifically was, can you still make friends if you don't rush? But we'll also talk more about like just friendships in general. You absolutely can make friends if you don't rush. I have so many friends that aren't in sororities, and I know so many girls that are in sororities that have great friend groups. You are just gonna have to be more intentional, and I think that the best way to do it is, because you're gonna be in a dorm with all these people like that are your age going through the same thing, is I would just be really good about just going up to people in your dorm on your floor and just being like, hey, what's your name? I'm so-and-so, and like invite people to lunch. I've mentioned this before in a different advice video, that making friends in college is a lot different than high school, because when you're in high school, you're like in this bubble. Stuck with the same
people.
people.
Everybody's in this clique, and it's hard to migrate between friend groups. college is like a leveled playing field.
Like, everyone is looking for new friends. Like, not that many people have, like, their best friends from high school with them. Like,
and a lot of people that even have their best friends in high school still want new friends.
Yeah.
Or their best friends want to go make a group. You know what I mean? So, that's something to know, is you're going to have to kind of change the way you think of friend groups in college from high school, because it's going to be so much better. You can join clubs that are similar interests to you. Like, there's so many different ways to do it. I just think it's a little bit less automatic, and you're going to have to be more intentional about it.
And, like, I was, like, kind of super shy going into it, but, like, you can even meet people in your classes.
Oh,
like,
yeah, classes are a
walking
great way to do
on
it.
campus. Like, everyone's just, like, so, like, on a different level in college.
Yeah.
Like, everyone is just welcome to anyone.
Yeah. I met 2 girls during recruitment, but it had nothing to do with recruitment. We were just at a dining hall, and I was with one other girl that I'd met on my floor, and then these 2 girls were sitting down, and we just saw that they had, like, the recruitment tags on, and we were like, hey, like, are y'all freshmen? And we became friends with them, and, like, I still, like, talk to those girls every once in a while. We Snapchat, like, it's so easy. So you just gotta put yourself out there, but people will also be putting themselves out there to you, too. A lot of questions about planning schedules, planning classes. So this is a specific one. It says, I'm going to be a sophomore, and I'm struggling because I only had to register for online classes. Now I feel like I'm a freshman all over again because I'm lost planning my schedule. So I have personally never planned a schedule by myself. Have you?
No, I've always been with my friends.
So none of my friends have my major, so the way I've always done it is I always make an advising appointment with my counselor and always make sure I'm on track. You can also see, and I'm sure most universities are like this, for tech we have a thing called DegreeWorks, and it shows you, like, all the classes you're gonna have to take for your entire major, and it has, like, little checks if you've done it, a little clock if you're currently taking it, all that kind of stuff, so you can kind of stay on track that way. But I personally just like the reassurance of going to my advisor and she makes sure
they will
I'm
tell you, like,
perfect.
straight up, like, what classes you have to
But
take.
you're a little different because a lot of our friends have your major, and so you kind of stayed on track with them.
Yeah, like, you have a piece of paper literally that says all the classes you have to have, and, like, they even, like, split it up in semesters sometimes, so it's pretty easy. I try to get a lot of classes with my friends because it's easier, you can study together, and then just makes the whole semester feel so much easier.
That was another question we got, was what do you look for when you're picking classes?
Times? Do
times
not
are
get
really
an 8 a.m. Even 9 a.m.s. Like, no one talks about that, but, like, in college, like,
It's
9 a.m. is
brutal.
early.
And
like, I don't even get 10 a.m.s anymore.
And I know in high school you're like, oh, I'm used to that. I get up at 7 for high school for the past 4 years.
you will
It's
not.
so different in college because, like, you're probably going to be one of your very, very few friends that are going to have an 8 a.m., whereas in high school, like, all your friends have the same time. And so nobody else is going to be going to bed early. No one else is waking up early. It makes it a lot more difficult. Rate My Professor is a website that you can look up and you can see reviews on your
I do
professor.
that for every class.
Really important. You can see, like, their attendance policies, or if they're hard graders, how the coursework is. We also have a Facebook page here at Tech called, like, TTU Sorority Yard Sale, but it's for, like, basically just all girls at Tech, and people trade, buy stuff, whatever. But people will also post and be like, hey, I'm taking this class, like, what professors y'all recommend? So you can ask people for their recommendations. So that's a good one. Professors really make or break a class. One of the questions, we got a lot of questions about college boys. How to get a boyfriend. You take it away.
Oh gosh. Do not be looking for a boyfriend. Find your friends first. That's, like, the most important thing.
Absolutely.
Because boys, especially freshman year, no.
I think me and Kaylee did a Q&A one time and talked about this exact thing, but I know in high school you're like, college boys are going to be so much better. Dude, they're so much worse, let me tell you. They do mature eventually, but, like, not your freshman year. They should not be.
I mean, you might get lucky. Like, I hate to be like, do not date anybody.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I mean, obviously, if it's, like, if you find an amazing guy and it all works, go for it, but I just don't think you should make that your mission going to college, or that shouldn't be your expectation either, that the guys are going to be great, because these guys are open to a whole new world of girls. They are not ready to settle down.
There's always way more prettier girls than boys.
Oh,
I swear,
always.
all the time.
Everywhere.
All the time.
Now, we both got really lucky and have amazing boyfriends now, but we've been in college for 2 years.
Yeah,
so.
and they're older.
Yeah,
Go
and
for
they're
the older
boys.
ones, I swear.
But as a freshman, just don't make it your priority. Honestly, never make finding a boyfriend your priority. This one's about time management, and I am going to make a whole video about this, but we'll just go into it a little bit. So it's how to manage your workload, working out, sorority, socializing, and relationships. Time managing is crucial in college.
It's really hard.
It is hard.
I still feel like I don't even know, like, what I'm doing half the time. But, I don't know.
There's definitely a learning curve to it, and you just have to... And honestly,
I can say after going through, 4 semesters in college now, the learning curve happens over and over and over because every single time you get a new set of classes, your whole schedule adjusts.
Different. Yeah.
So at the beginning of each semester, you have to relearn how to like time manage that schedule.
Yeah.
We both use planners like religiously.
Oh my gosh,
love them.
love it.
But being able to write out what I have to do really makes me not stressed because having it on your head, you're gonna forget something.
Yeah. First thing when I get my syllabus, I write everything down.
Oh yeah, that's so important. Teachers don't really communicate like, hey, by the way, we have a quiz tomorrow as much as they do in high school.
Yeah.
They literally expect you to just know your syllabus, and so it's really important to A, keep up with those, and B, write them in a way or put them in a way that you'll actually look at it and like retain the information from it. So time managing is definitely the most important part to the balance. But I'm going to make a whole in-depth video on like how I do that. So this next question we really like. It's how to be confident.
Coming into college, there's so many beautiful girls. Like, oh my god. Like recruitment week, I was like, how am I going to make any friends? But then like girls would come up to me telling me like, oh my god, you're so pretty. I'm like, what? Like you think I'm pretty? And I was just like really shocked by that, but I don't know like how to feel confident.
I think college is a really good time to really, first of all, be selective with the friends you have. Like you can make such healthy, uplifting, great friends, and that can really help for your confidence.
And you can be picky in college. There's so many people.
Like if you're not
stuck with
not stuck with a toxic friend that like you have to be around because you're in high school together. Like you can be so selective with your friends, and I think friendships and the people in your life can really attribute to your confidence. And if you're with negative people, you're gonna feel negative. You know what I mean? I also think college is a good time to really learn about yourself and really find your self-worth. And so I think that you just need to start prioritizing yourself and like really just thinking more positively about yourself and realize that every single person has insecurities. And I think just in college people just don't care as much. Like it's not so much of like a social
like
structure. Yeah,
thing.
exactly. Like it's a lot less competitive as far as like appearance and outfit, like and money and all that kind of stuff. Like you just stick in your healthy group that you found that you love and you stay there and you're good. You don't have to worry about these other groups. And in high school it's so like that, you know what I mean? So I think it'll just naturally come to you, but you have to prioritize like loving yourself, and that's hard to do. And I don't think
I think it just comes with age too.
I think it does too. I don't think I even have a full method on how to do it, and I honestly don't fully like I'm not fully confident with myself all the time yet either, but I'm definitely a lot better than I was in high school.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
So maybe we'll make a full video on that. Yeah. We just gotta figure it out. This question's how to avoid getting homesick, and I honestly just don't think that's something you can fully avoid.
And everyone's different about that. Like I have friends that like miss home all the time, but like me, I didn't struggle that much like adjusting. Like I miss my family so much, but like it wasn't like
you were still having so much fun with, and, like in the environment you were in.
I think like staying busy.
Have like planned times when you are gonna go home so that you can look forward to that. And that's always really fun.
Yeah, and then them coming to visit you, that's so much fun.
Like parents' weekend, we always
like I have the best memories whenever my parents were here, for sure.
The next one is just, it just literally just says roommates, so I'm assuming just like advice for roommates. And let me tell you, roommates can be hard because you are constantly together, especially in a dorm. Like you are literally sharing one tiny room. In a house, an apartment, it's a little better. You have your own space. I think when it comes to picking roommates, if it's somebody you don't know, you don't really get this option. But if you're going to pick between friends or like acquaintances, you have to pick people that you can confront. And not confront rude, but like have like open conversations with. If you can't be honest with that friend, your friendship is going to end when you're roommates.
For sure.
You have to have friends that you can be like, hey Taylin, can you do the dishes, please?
Yeah,
like you're leaving all your stuff out on the counter and it's bothering me. Like and then it's not a big deal, she'll clean it up and it's all good. Like you just have to be able to communicate because you will ruin your friendship if not. I guess for random roommates, communication is still just as important. For random roommates, I think communication is still just as important. You just don't get to like predetermine if you can communicate with that person. So you might just have to get really creative in the ways you communicate.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just thinking like what we've been through. Nothing like bad.
No, we definitely, so me, Taylor, and Kaylee, I'll insert a picture of Kaylee. We all have lived together for literally going on our 3rd year now.
Yeah.
The first year we were in the dorm, so we had like no responsibilities, like nobody did dishes or anything. And then coming into our apartment, we all had a little bit of, not issues, but we all had to kind of get on the same page with the dishes and the cleaning and sharing food and all that kind of stuff because because we had never done that, and so you know we all did things.
We were in
differently.
more of like a stressful scene, having to move into a house.
We had responsibilities, and we didn't have that before. Grew up in different families. Everybody does things different, so we all come into this apartment. We're cooking, cleaning, doing all these things, and we're all doing them different. And we kind of just had to go through a little bit of ups and downs to all get on the same page. Luckily, we were all able to communicate with each other, and our friendship was not affected by it. Like we were all still friends. We're living together for a 3rd year now, so it's just really important to be able to communicate.
The cattiness will not work with roommates.
I think that's all from us. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you found it helpful, let us know. If you have any more questions or want advice on any other topics, college or not college, whatever, comment below.
We can do a recruitment.
Yes! Yeah. We'll be doing a lot of recruitment videos together because this is my rush partner.
Yes.
I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next video.
Right at the end!
Bro, you couldn't hang on for 2 more seconds.
Bella, come